What would you do if God told you to leave everything you know, without telling you where you're going? No map, no plan, no guarantees, just one instruction. Go. Leave your home, leave your comfort, leave your family, and step into the unknown. This is the story of a man who did exactly that. And because of it, his name became one of the most important names in history. His journey is not just about miracles. It is about waiting, doubt, fear, hope, and a promise that seemed impossible. This is the story of Abraham. Long ago, in a land filled with many people and many gods, there lived a man named Abram. He was not a king. He was not a warrior. He was just an ordinary man living a quiet life with his wife, Sarai, and his father's family. Life was familiar, predictable, safe. But everything changed one day. Abram heard a voice that was different from anything he had ever known. It was God. And God said something shocking.
Leave your country, your people, your father's house. Go to the land I will show you.
No location, no details, just a promise.
I will make you into a great nation. I will bless you. I will make your name great.
Imagine hearing that. Abram had no children. He was already old. Sarai was also old. It made no sense, but something inside Abram made him believe. And so, against everything logical, he packed his belongings and left. Abram traveled through unknown lands. He didn't have a GPS. He didn't have a map. He only had trust. Every step was a decision.
Do I really believe God is leading me?
Along the way, Abram faced challenges. Sometimes food was scarce. Sometimes fear crept in. Sometimes he wondered if he had made a mistake. But each time, he kept moving forward. Eventually, God appeared to him again and said,
"This is the land I will give to your descendants."
Abram looked around, but there was a problem. He had no descendants. Still, he built an altar and worshipped God. That was his pattern, trust, even when he didn't understand. Time passed. Years turned into many years, but nothing changed. No child, no heir, no fulfillment of the promise. Sarai grew tired of waiting. Abram also struggled. They began to ask questions like,
did we misunderstand God?
Did we hear wrong?
Is it too late?
In their frustration, they made a human decision. Sarai suggested that Abram have a child with her servant, Hagar. Abram agreed. Hagar gave birth to a son named Ishmael. At first, it seemed like the promise was finally happening, but it wasn't God's plan, and this decision brought tension, pain, and conflict into their home. Sometimes when we rush God's timing, we create problems we never expected. But even in this mistake, God was not done. One day, God spoke again to Abram, but this time, something was different. God changed his name.
You will no longer be called Abram. Your name will be Abraham, because I am making you the father of many nations.
Then God also changed Sarai's name to Sarah, and God repeated the promise.
Sarah will have a son,
Abraham laughed, not because it was funny, but because it sounded impossible. He was almost 100 years old. Sarah was far beyond childbearing age. Sarah also laughed when she heard it.
How can I have a child at my age?
But God responded with a powerful statement.
Is anything too hard for the Lord?
That question changes everything. Because it reminds us what is impossible for humans is not impossible for God. More time passed. Still no child. Still silence. But Abraham continued to believe, even when his belief was weak at times. He had moments of fear, moments of doubt, moments of confusion, but he never fully walked away from God. Then something incredible happened. Sarah became pregnant. Yes, after all those years, after all that waiting, after all that doubt, she gave birth to a son. They named him Isaac, which means laughter. Because at first they laughed in disbelief, but now they laughed in joy. The promise had finally come true. Isaac grew up as the joy of Abraham and Sarah's old age. Everything seemed complete. The promise had been fulfilled. But then, something unexpected happened again. God tested Abraham, and this test was painful. God said,
Take your son, your only son Isaac, and offer him as a sacrifice.
This was the son Abraham waited decades for, the son of promise, the child he thought he would never have. Now God was asking for him back. Abraham was confused, but he obeyed. Early the next morning, he took Isaac and traveled to the place God showed him. On the way, Isaac asked a painful question.
Father, where is the lamb for the sacrifice?
Abraham answered with faith, even through tears.
God will provide.
They reached the mountain. Abraham built an altar. He placed wood on it. Then he gently tied Isaac and placed him on the altar. Imagine the silence. Imagine the fear. Imagine the heartbreak. Abraham raised his hand, but before he could bring it down, a voice called out. It was God. God said,
Now I know you fear me. Do not lay a hand on the boy.
Then Abraham looked up and saw a ram caught in the bushes. God had provided a substitute sacrifice. Isaac was spared. And Abraham learned something powerful. Faith is not just believing when things are easy. It is trusting even when you don't understand. After this moment, God spoke again. He confirmed his promise.
I will bless you greatly. Your descendants will be as numerous as the stars in the sky.
Abraham looked up at the night sky, millions of stars, and God said,
That is how many descendants you will have.
Abraham's journey was not perfect. He made mistakes. He doubted. He rushed things, but he kept returning to trust, and that is what made his faith powerful. Abraham's story is not just history, it is a mirror, because we all face moments like Abraham, when we are asked to step into the unknown, when promises feel delayed, when life doesn't make sense, when waiting feels unbearable. And in those moments, we ask, did I hear right? Is this ever going to happen? Why is it taking so long? Abraham teaches us something important. Faith is not about having all the answers. Faith is about trusting even when you don't. Abraham's life ended, but his legacy did not. He became known as a man of faith, a man who believed God when it was difficult, a man who waited, a man who trusted, a man who walked into the unknown and changed history. And his story still speaks today. Sometimes the greatest blessings come after the longest waiting. Sometimes the promise is bigger than the delay, and sometimes the hardest tests lead to the strongest faith. So if you are in a season of waiting right now, remember Abraham, because the same question God asked him is still true today. Is anything too hard for the Lord? And the answer has never changed.